Welcome back to Investing and Trading Live, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. And we are investing and trading. We're connoisseurs of that, Al. We talk a lot about how these markets actually function, how to make smart investing decisions with your retirement accounts and your retail accounts. That would be your trading accounts, short-term, mid-term, long-term, whatever that strategy that you do or you need. So if you work during the day, how do you trade at night? If you work during the night, how do you trade during the day? How to do that with confidence and consistency. We do have seats to an investing class that we had people calling into and texting into on the last segment. If you missed that, make sure to come into one of these classes. These are 2-hour classes, and we introduce you to a lot of the techniques and concepts that we talk about on this show. So stay tuned for all those concepts. But you can text the word investing to the number 210-210, and that's for 2 seats for this investing class. Local art academies. We do these during the week. We also have these on the weekends. Text investing to the number 210-210 right now for 2 seats. And Al teaches these. I teach these as well. Matter of fact, Al, I taught one last night. We had a good time talking about the markets last night. A lot of great people coming in. And that's one of the nice things about, what Online Trading Academy does is we provide a service to train and teach people about the financial market. This is a thing that most people know, they talk about, but know nothing about, their 401ks, IRAs, their retirement plans. And what people are doing is they're saving for their future, but they don't know where their money is going. They're trying to save to trade with, and they just put money in the market, and they don't have an actual plan. Mm-hmm. And that's what I want you to talk a little bit about on this segment here, Al, is how do you actually create a trading and an investment plan, no matter what type of lifestyle that you have. So say you're a business owner. We get a lot of business owners that come to our classes. Say you're in construction, a truck driver, a nurse, a doctor, an engineer, an IT professional. We have all types of people that come to these classes and have all types of schedule. And you kind of mentioned at the beginning is there's so much negativity out there with TV and even radio that's out there and internet, kind of scaring people away from the markets. You really help people bridge that gap and start to create that plan. Very similar to, we talked about a football team. Mm-hmm. They have a plan. They know what they're going to do during the week. They start setting things up for the week. And then on the weekend, usually on Sundays, they start to execute. How can you do that same type of strategy or same type of plan in the financial markets?
Well, first of all, if you don't have a plan that includes a strategy, basically you're guessing that something's going to work. You're hoping that it works. That's gambling, and that's not what you want to do. Who uses plans? Well, you mentioned football teams use plans. Every sports has a plan that they follow. What about doctors? Before they go in to do surgery, don't they have a plan? Don't they know what they're going to do?
Truck drivers have a pre-trip.
Hopefully, when you show up at the airport, the pilot has a flight plan that they follow. And a defense attorney does not go into court to defend somebody without having a plan on how to do that. Those are important things in almost every profession.
Everything. And construction, you have a blueprint you follow.
Hopefully.
Truck drivers.
Right, try to build a house or a building without a blueprint.
I tried to build forts that way, and those forts did not stay up very long.
Yeah, no, that's probably not the best way to approach it. So the plan should include things that are specific to you, because everybody's a little different. If you're a contractor, the plan that you put together to build a house is different than the flight plan that a pilot puts together. So first of all, what does the end point look like for you? What do you want your life to look like in 5 years or 10 years or 20 years? And then you can put together a plan, or will help you do that will put you on the path to properly or successfully achieve that goal. But let's just keep it simple. Most people think that this is way too confusing, and it gets down to that time issue, Josh. We just don't have enough time to do it. You can't make more time. There's only 24 hours in a day. But if you simplify things and you prioritize what's important to you, if you don't feel your financial security, your financial life for you and your family is important, then this is probably not the right thing for you to do, and you probably wouldn't be listening to this radio show. But if it is, then why not just concentrate on what is factually important? Most people out there are familiar with the Investor's Business Daily, the publication, and they have an online version also. William O'Neill put that together. He's a fantastic trader. He's written several books, but he said this, and this is a quote: I estimate that close to 80 to 90% of the important price movements of stock on the New York Stock Exchange are caused by institutional orders. That's exactly what we have been saying. And the key words there in what he just said are the important price movements. And that's what we concentrate on. The prices are going to be moving all the time. I mean, multiple times within even a couple of minutes. You can't necessarily concentrate on every move and utilize that to your benefit. But what you want to do is look for the important price moves. Those, again, are caused by institutional trading. So here's the reason most people fail. They fail because they don't know when to buy a stock, and they fail because they don't know when to sell a stock. Both of those things, whether you're buying or selling, can be beneficial to you if you understand and can identify where that institutional activity is going to take place. The institutions trade with such large quantities of money, large dollars, large volumes of their orders, enough to move the market. But here's the key there. If any institution increases their holdings by about 4.9%, they have to report that. They don't want the public to know that they're taking a position until it has already been filled. So they'll stay under that 4.9% and just do it in increments. As they increase in increments, then the public will finally know what they're doing. Then the public jumps in, and the emotional trading of the public just provides a profit for the institutions. Well, the key for our students is to identify where that institution's making that first part of their trade and then just be ready for the next part of it. So we're benefiting from a detriment to the big institutions, which we as individual traders don't have to deal with. So let's keep it simple. There's 3 P's that are important for successful trading. One is probability. Is the position you're taking, are the probabilities in your favor that is going to work the way you want it to? The second is profitability. There has to be enough profit there for you to take the risk. And the third is protection, and that is controlling the risks. So the high reward trades that usually have high risk, if you control the risk, you still have the opportunity to participate in those high reward positions.
I like that. And a lot of times we talk about the 3 C's, and that's something new: probability, profitability, and protection in the financial markets. And, one of the great things that, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. A lot of people think, you have to go out there and try to create a strategy and do it over and over and over and over again, try to make it work. Well, that's very difficult to do. Well, we know that because Online Trading Academy has done that. 25 years in the business. By the way, a company that's been in business for over 25 years, that's something to say, Al. And that's what we provide as a service for our students so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to say, I don't know how to do it. Well, let our instructors show you how to do it. So that way you're not guessing. As Al mentioned, you're not gambling. It just comes down to a plan and then removing those emotions that Al was talking about. But also, we have a great advantage as a retail trader, as the public. We're compared to the institutions, we are small time because they are moving billions and billions of dollars per day, trillions in certain markets.
Right.
Now, us as regular investors and traders, we can get in the markets without being seen. We're like a needle in a haystack. Some people say, oh, the institutions are always after me. No, they're not. They don't care about us. We just want to be in there and be able to be a mouse. Think about that mouse. What is it, Tom and Jerry? Tom, or
Right.
is it Jerry? Tom is the mouse. No, Tom's the cat.
Yeah,
You have Jerry. It's been a
I
while
don't
since
know.
I watched that. But you have Jerry out there. He's always trying to sneak over and steal that cheese, right? That's what we want to be in the financial markets: a mouse and stealing pieces of the cheese. Not necessarily stealing, but just taking pieces of the cheese as the market is moving. If you want to learn more about that, we have these investing classes to kind of show you how all that's done. We have an hour here on the show here to talk about how this stuff works. Well, we're able to show you in a few hours of an investing class visually and hands-on. So you come into these classes, they're about 2 hours. We have these during the day, we have these in the evening, and really helping people make smarter investing decisions and doing that without the emotions. Text right now for 2 seats. Text the word investing to the number 210 right now for 2 seats for this class. When you do that, you're going to receive a couple things. It's going to be a financial quick start kit that actually has some free stock picks in there. So make sure to text the word investing to the number 210 right now for 2 seats for this class. I'll teach these, I teach these as well. We have a great time talking about the financial markets and a lot of great people coming into these classes, Al. Now, you were talking about the 3 P's in finance, in trading and investing: probability, profitability, and protection. And that's the same thing in your trading accounts. You have to put the odds in your favor and just have investments that have low risk and high reward. That's how you build longevity in the markets. Some people are looking for a get rich quick thing in the markets. That's not how it really works. But if you have longevity, that is how the wealthy become wealthy, is they have longevity, building a strategy, and following that strategy, which is the plan that we were alluding to. Now, Al, we mentioned a couple things about some people just feel they don't have enough money. Some people feel they don't have enough time. And just paint a picture for our listeners how trading and investing works. Say that somebody works during the day and they want to be able to have an income strategy at night. How does that look?
Yeah, well, there are assets that trade virtually round the clock, 24 hours. The Forex market, the foreign exchange market, where you're looking at the difference in exchange rates between two different currencies, trades 24 hours a day.
So that eliminates the time objection or
That'll-
factor.
Sure, you can trade whenever you have the time to do it. The futures market trades almost 24 hours a day. Same thing there. You choose when you want to trade. And one of the things that you'll learn after you put together a plan and kind of fine tune that plan, there may be a time during the day or the evening when the strategy you're using works best. So it's all part of kind of fine tuning and increasing your profitability, your consistency over time. But the time factor that people, use is based on the 6.5 hours that the stock market's open. So you
Exactly.
don't have to fall prey to that. There's those other assets that you can trade. And also, when people are looking at time, they think that they have to put a lot of time into putting positions together. They have to watch those positions all the time. They have to be on their computer. That's exactly the wrong thing. If you're doing that, you're probably not doing well. In fact, I can almost guarantee you won't do as well as you would if you put a trade together, then turn your computer off. How can you do that and feel confident? Well, you have to be able to, first of all, identify an entry price that you're willing to pay to get into something. And you have to have 2 exit points. One is an exit if you're wrong, so you never have a big loss. Small losses are okay. You'll have small wins that will offset that. But then also you have to have an exit if you're right. What I mean by that, that's your profit. If you let profits be taken away from you, that's money that should be in your pocket. People typically don't do either one of those properly. They don't know how to set a proper risk strategy in place, put it in place. They don't know how to identify a realistic profit target. And what happens is that they either get out too soon and miss out on the full profit, or they wait too long and let the profit be taken away from them. Those are things that are all part of our strategy. And we talk to you about that in these classes. We show you how you can preset a trade so you can walk away from it and know if you're wrong, you're protected, and know if you're right, you're protected, and know you have identified an entry position that's going to give you a high probability of that trade or investment working in your favor.
Yeah, that's something pretty interesting there. You mentioned, we talk to a lot of people, and you mentioned a lot of people think when we speak with them, they're like, "Oh, I just, I want to be able to do this, and I just don't know how I'm going to fit this in my schedule." So we ask them, "Well, how much time do you have access to? Let's just say during a week to allocate," and they say, "Well, maybe an hour." I mean, let's be real. Think about this: in 24 hours, if you have less than an hour to dedicate to your finances, there might be things you can cut out. But here's the problem: is they're only thinking stock market hours, like you said, Al. It's only that 6.5 hours a day. If you're in the central time zone, that would be 8:30 until 3. If you're in, say, mountain time, that's 7:30 until 2. And then we tell them, okay, well, if you have markets that are open 24 hours, you have the opportunity to do things at night. And they say, wow, I did not know that. And then here's the next comment they say: why didn't I do this before? Why didn't I come learn about this before? Well, that's what we train and teach at Online Trading Academy, is how to do the things that the institutions are doing and do that with more consistency and confidence. So for 2 seats, come and learn about how this is done. No obligation. Just come check it out. Text the word investing to the number 210 210 for 2 seats. That's text investing to the number 210 210 for 2 seats. You can also call. We've been getting a lot of people call for this class, and this class is 2 hours. So you can also call the number 888 682 6466. That's 888 682 6466 for 2 seats for this free investing class. Coming up next, Al, retirement plans, retirement accounts. I'm going to talk about how we can protect these and have the opportunity to grow them. Stay tuned.